Have you ever, like, walked into a massive sports bar, looked up at maybe 50 different TVs, all flawlessly synced to a dozen different games, and just thought, how is this not a giant, tangled rat's nest of cables hidden in some back room?
Right. I mean, we kind of just assume there's a guy back there sweating and pointing 100 remote controls at a
Oh,
wall.
exactly. We just expect the game to be on and the audio to be clear.
Yeah.
And that illusion of simplicity is exactly what we are tearing down today. Welcome to this custom deep dive where our mission is to look behind the screens for you.
Yeah, we are taking a highly specific, seemingly simple piece of commercial AV tech as a sort of magnifying glass to uncover the massive hidden scale of commercial AV infrastructure.
Right. Specifically, we are looking at the Turtle AV TAV-XLRWP-IN-US-B Dual Analog XLR input to Dante wall plate. It's a total mouthful, I know.
It really is.
But we are combining that with the HDTVSupply catalog, which is basically, the secret menu for the people who actually build these systems.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. How does one basic-looking wall plate suddenly open the door to a multi-million-dollar tech ecosystem?
Well, it all starts with understanding what this specific Turtle AV wall plate is actually doing. To the naked eye, it just looks like a standard black plate you'd find in a corporate conference room.
Just a normal plug on the wall.
Exactly. It just features 2 jacks for regular analog XLR microphone cables. But its real job is to take that analog audio and immediately bridge it into a Dante digital network. What's fascinating here is how this completely eliminates the need for massive, heavy, interference-prone copper wires running through the walls of commercial buildings.
Wait, stop right there. For anyone listening who, isn't building concert halls for a living, what exactly is Dante?
Oh, good question. Dante is essentially a software standard. It takes high-quality audio, chops it up into tiny digital data packets, and sends it over just standard computer network cables. Right, so think of a traditional analog cable, like a private, dedicated highway just for one car.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
What this wall plate does is take that car, put it on a high-speed public train network with millions of other passengers, and ensure it gets off at the exact right millisecond. It turns raw sound into IT network data instantly, right there at the wall.
Spot on. But because that little wall plate is turning audio into raw network data, that data now needs a massive brain to route it to the right speakers and screens.
Right.
That brain is what we call a matrix switcher. Looking at HDTVSupply's catalog, they feature over 2,000 different Wolfpack modular matrix switchers.
2,000.
Over 2,000 variations. We're talking about hardware designed to control anywhere from 8 to 160 TVs simultaneously. Plus, video wall processors handling up to 10:1 displays in full 4K and 8K resolution.
Wait, I have to push back on this a bit. I mean, over 2,000 variations. If I'm a buyer, doesn't having that many hyper-specific hardware variations just cause massive decision paralysis? Like, is that level of variety strictly necessary, or is it just marketing bloat?
Well, you're totally right that an average consumer's head would spin. But these buyers aren't shopping for a living room, They are engineering custom data arteries.
Oh, wow.
A matrix switcher acts like a massive traffic cop. Unlike your home Wi-Fi, which would just instantly crash trying to send 4K video to 160 screens, these switchers physically route the data at the hardware level.
And they use AV over IP and HD extenders for that, right?
Yes. If we connect this to the bigger picture, those AV over IP and HD basic extenders allow these massive matrices to operate over standard local area networks with absolute zero lag.
And just to clarify for you listening, HD-based DT is the standard that allows these massive uncompressed video signals to travel over regular internet cables without dropping out.
Precisely. So when a NASA command center is routing launch telemetry or a corporate boardroom is linking global offices, they need exact input and output configurations to prevent network bottlenecks. They absolutely need that extreme variety.
Which brings us to who is actually buying these heavy-duty systems. HDTVSupply has been doing this for 25 years.
Yeah, a really long time.
They have strategic partnerships spanning everyone from Bose and Shure to Dell and Yamaha, but they're also deeply entrenched in government purchasing. They comply with the federal GSA schedule, NDAA, and even NASA's SABOP program.
And those acronyms matter because they dictate incredibly strict security and sourcing standards for federal infrastructure. You can't just plug any random switcher into a military network.
So what does this all mean? It means AV and IT have fully merged into enterprise-level operations.
Exactly. This raises an important question, though, regarding how reliant modern operations are on these invisible specialized networks. The moment that network goes down, the entire building goes completely dark and silent.
The sheer scale of it really makes you realize the traditional AV guy doesn't exist anymore. To run the screens at a sports bar today, you don't need a soldering iron. You need an IT degree and an IP address.
The stakes are incredibly high, which is why the hardware is so robust. It is an invisible backbone we all completely take for granted.
So next time you are sitting in that sports bar watching 50 screens perfectly synced to the playoffs, you will know it's not some guy sweating over a pile of remotes.
Nope, it's the invisible Wolfpack matrices and Dante wall plates running the show behind the scenes.
But it leaves me with a final thought for you to chew on. If analog signals are being digitized instantly the very millisecond they hit the wall plate, how long until traditional physical audio cables are completely obsolete in commercial architecture? Because that giant rat's nest of cables didn't really disappear, it just turned into invisible data.